Hello, this is John from My First Ukulele, and today's song tutorial is Amazing Grace. Amazing Grace is a great traditional melody, often heard in especially older like church services, and I think it's in the hymn book for sure. So I'm going to go through that song with you today. I'm mostly going to be singing it and then playing the chords and just giving you some tips on how to play through it. All right, so Amazing Grace is generally played in 3/4 time, so generally strumming like 3 notes per measure. For instance, Amazing Grace, how it kind of has that beat to it, like every 3 beats that you'll be playing along. My preferred key for this song is F. You'll probably see it in the key of C a lot. However, it's a little bit low for my voice. I like to raise it slightly, so I go up about a 1/4. And that makes sure that the very first note that you actually sing is going to be a little bit higher. I try to avoid the G below middle C anytime I can, just because I can't really project it well enough. So just my personal preference. But what that means is we will have to be able to do the B flat chord. That's one of the chords we'll have today. I'll talk about that down the road. But let's go on ahead and go into the song, and I'll show you generally how I'll play it. So here we go. All right, so this song has a pickup note. It's like the 5 of our starting chord. So our starting chord is going to be F. Amazing. And the next chord you're going to have is an F7. And F7 is just like an F, F being 2-0-1-0, except the F7 is 2-3-1-0. So we're just adding a ring finger on the 3rd string. And then we're going to go to a B flat chord. I'll give you an alternative if needed, but I'll show you the B flat chord first. The B flat chord is from the ceiling to the floor, 3-2-1-1. Sounds like that. Now, let me give you a tip. Remember to flatten that pointer finger on string 1 and 2. And then you're going to round your fingers for strings 3 and 4. Now, if you have a high G ukulele, I would recommend, if you can't make this B flat chord easily, maybe just do 2 of the fingers of the 3 fingers. So maybe just finger 1 covering those first 2 strings, and then your 2nd finger covering the 3rd string. It's a similar chord to the B flat chord here. I often call it G minor 7, but you could call it a lot of different things. I think B flat 6 might be the name of that because it does include the G in there. It's still in there. It doesn't sound that weird in context. It's a little bit more colorful than the B flat chord. So if you'd like to do that instead, that would be fine. The other way around would be frets 3, 2, and 1 on strings 4, 3, and 2. But it just sounds a little bit too strong. It's kind of like bringing Grey Poupon to a hot dog instead of just normal mustard. So, might be a little bit too wangy for this song. So I would stick to the B flat 6 or the full B flat. All right, and then we've had that chord, and then we're going to go back to the F chord. So why don't we run through that real quick? So I'm going to start from the top on Amazing Grace. 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch. So this is a new chord for us, D minor, from the ceiling to the floor, 2-2-1-0. Not too bad. I call it F's cousin, F major's cousin. It's like sad cousin, D minor. Okay. And then our next chord we're gonna have is C, like me. And I always like to walk this down to C7 after that. So that's 2 strums of C, 1 strum of C major 7, and then you're going to do C7 for the last 3 of that part. All right, let's go back again. Let's take it from the beginning. 1, 2. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once. All right. Have a similar progression here on this part. It's actually the same 4 chords that we had just had before. I once was lost, but now I'm found. And yeah, blind, and now I see. So let's go ahead and start here, and then we're going to take it out through this section. So I once was lost, starting on a F chord. 1, 2. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. All right, so that's kind of all the way through the first section. Now, this song typically has 4 verses, so when I do the run through, I'll make sure to cover that as well. And there might be something that you notice when I was playing. It's called the triple strum. So I like to do this in songs that have 3-4 times. Sometimes triple strum could be, we could dedicate an entire video to just that, but I can go over that now with you real quick because this video is a little bit shorter than probably some of the other ones. For the triple strum, I'm going pointer finger through. I make like an L shape. My thumb follows, and then I pick it up with the pointer finger as well. So that's 1, 2, 3. All right. So you could do this. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound. So in this speed is not so bad. You'll probably hear this sometimes. All right. Well, we did the first section through Amazing Grace. So let's go ahead and do the run through next. And there are a lot of other chords you could use in this song. These are just the ones that I thought were mostly traditional that would work in the key of F. But I hope you enjoyed playing along with me. I'm going to start a little bit before the song begins, just to give you a little key to get used to hearing the song. I'm going to do it as a chord melody. So before you start, I'm going to go back about 6 to 8 measures, and then we'll start on Amazing Grace. So, all right, without further ado, let's do it. well, thank you for playing along with me for today's ukulele video for my first ukulele. If you like this channel, go on ahead and hit like and subscribe below where you can catch many more my first ukulele videos. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.